Hi, I'm Francesco Giannari, and today I'll perform Studio No.8, the closing piece of the Studi series, an electroacoustic composition where the piano interacts with the modular system and synth voices. After the performance, I break down the patch and show how the sound is sculpted and shaped across the system. The piece is mainly based on the piano, which is processed through filters, wave shapers and other effects. There are also two synth voices, one made with the random Source NTO plus Doepfer LPG and one made with Falistri plus a Cunsa filter. The piano is a Yamaha C3 and I used two Rode NT55 microphones placed above the action to capture all the mechanical noises. The microphones go into the audio interface to record the raw piano signal. At the same time, I send the signal from both mic back out of the interface and into the modular, to the 321 channel 1 and 2, just to boost the level a bit. The 321 can increase the level by up to 6 dB. I then route the two signal to the 333 to multiply and spread them throughout the system. From here, it takes several paths. The channel 4 of the QSC to use its aux sense and set the amount of signal going to some effects, such as delay and reverb, to the ears to extract a gate used as a clock for the green section of sapel, and the envelope used to modulate the Imitor Versio and to open a VCA for a noise source. We'll go deeper into both things later in the video. And into two channels of the wave multipliers. The piano goes also into Cunsa filter 1 and 2, where I use the low pass output. In the first part of the piece, they stay at the same settings, while in the second part, the cutoff of both filters is modulated by the sample and hold and by the n+1 output of the green section of sapel, which is a stepped random output. Of course, all these effects are mixed to process the piano and give it different shades throughout the piece, but they are not always in the foreground. I've dosed them carefully. At the beginning of the piece, I use an interesting feature of grand pianos, the double escapement. It's basically a second leverage point. Compared to the single escapement, it's like a small step halfway through the key travel, which lets me get very close to the string with the hammers. By reducing the hammer travel, I can obtain a very soft and controlled chord. Usta controls the two synth voices in the track. Channel 1 controls the first voice made with the NTO and the Doepfer LPG gate and sends the clock to the yellow section of sapel. Channel 2 controls the bass voice. In the main synth voice I use the variable output because it allows continuous modulation between different waveforms, which I exploit in the piece by modulating these parameters with the fluctuating random voltage of the green section of sapel. I also added some portamento using the dedicated control on the module. The variable out then goes into the Doepfer LPG gate, which is opened by an envelope generated by the green channel of Falistri, with a very smooth attack and release. As I usually do, I take advantage of the possibility to open the LPG gate with an additional source, in this case the sample and hold of the yellow section of sapel. From here, the signal reaches channel 1 of the QSC mixer in crossfade mode, so I can use the same channel to add some noise. I use the white noise from sapel routed into the 4-quadrant multiplier of Falistri. It works like a VCA here, so I can shape the noise level using the envelope coming from the ears. And then it also goes into channel 1 of the QSC. I add the noise to introduce an extra layer of texture that blends with the main voice. With Usta I made two different patterns that I use in different parts of the track. For the bass line, I use the yellow section of Falistri in audio rate, controlled by CVA of Usta channel 2, and from its bipolar output I go into the input of Cunsa filter number 4. From here, the low pass and the band pass output go to channel 2 of the QSC in crossfade mode, so I can have the bass presence but also some mid frequencies to make it more audible. There are several effects in this patch, two made with the Disting EX, one ping-pong delay and one reverb, the noise engineering Imitor Versio as a delay, and the wave multipliers. The Disting EX is set in dual mode. The left side acts as a ping-pong delay and receives the signal from the green aux of the QSC mixer. The random clock output of the green section of Sapel provides the clock for the delay. I use the additive clock mode by flipping this switch up for generate a faster randomly accelerated clock compared to the main Sapel clock. This results in an interesting effect where the repetitions evolve differently each time. The right side acts as a reverb, receiving the signal from the yellow aux of the QSC mixer. Both then go to the ST mix. The Imitor Versio works as a reverse delay. It also receives the signal from the yellow aux of the QSC mixer, and the blend between dry and wet is modulated by the envelope extracted by ears. So the affected signal becomes audible wherever I play the piano. In the final part of the piece, I used the first and second channels of wave multiplier to add a distortion. The first channel output goes into the aux of the QSC mixer, while the second channel's output goes to the ST mix. Thanks for watching and for following the Studi project. If you'd like to talk more about the patch, leave a comment or join the Frap Tools Discord. See you soon!